Hi, my name is Francie Koehler. I'm the owner of my own private investigation agency that's called Special Circumstances. How I got started in my career was I was in retail management and my company went out of business, was purchased by another company. And after spending 8 months of many challenges with that company through the transition and merger, I was recruited by the man I was dating, who was a private investigator at the time. What has kept me in this career for so long is it seemed like a perfect fit. It chose me, I didn't choose it, and it was a variety of different kinds of things every day that I happen to be good at. My company focuses mainly on criminal defense investigations. We work for attorneys that are typically representing indigent clients, and so we work for those attorneys that represent those indigent clients. And I would say I'm successful because I have a great staff. I have a wonderful assistant who, his name is Janet Radia, and an investigator that's working with me, Terry Courtney, and without them I couldn't get anything done. What I do mainly to help the company function is work directly with our attorney clients, meet with them. I do some investigation, much investigation actually, where on a criminal case we get the discovery, which is all the police reports and everything related to the case, and then we work the case. We may redo everything that law enforcement has already done, and we work with the attorney up through and including trial. I'm very interested in the laws that are passed that may affect the private investigation industry. People need private investigators. They need them for the legal system. People who don't have problems don't need a private investigator. So we're hired typically by attorneys or people, workers' comp, perhaps workers' comp claims, insurance claims, plaintiff personal injury, criminal defense of course, and people who need investigators need also to have the laws that back up the investigators and the work they do. So if the laws change, and there's a lot of issues about privacy all the time, if the laws change that prohibit us from being able to do the work we do, that's a problem. I'm a 2-term past president of the California Association of Licensed Investigators and also the National Council of Investigation and Security Services. I'm currently the legislative chair for both. Specifically for NCISS, the National Council, I'm the legislative chair for investigation, and for California Association, I'm the legislative chair for the entire association. So I'm always very concerned about laws that are passed that prohibit private investigators from doing the work we do. People need private investigators. They never know what is available to them until they have a problem. We work for attorneys, plaintiff attorneys, criminal defense attorneys. It could be a workers' comp claim or an insurance claim. They're much needed, and without the laws that help people, including helping private investigators do their job, then we're stuck. The interesting thing about private investigation is private investigators seem to always be the underdogs. You know, we fight the TV myth of Rockford and Magnum PI and all of those actors all the time. So I try to present myself to my clients and to other people as somebody who is a business person, that we operate within the boundaries of the law, we're ethical, and we try to do the best job we can possibly do. What gets me excited about private investigation is variety. Every day is different, even from hour to hour. Even if I plan, it may not turn out that way. I may get called out on a case. There may be a crisis. I may get called to court. So that variety is very challenging. I have a radio show called PI's Declassified that airs on the Voice America network. It's an internet radio show. And I started it a little over 6 years ago because I was frustrated. The thing I mentioned earlier about the TV myth and the movie portrayal of private investigators, I was frustrated about that because private investigators do really cool things. Not only are they often philanthropic, they have cool cases, they're very knowledgeable. Many of them have degrees these days, which is probably was unusual years ago. It's an industry that's growing. Women are joining more and more. When I started out, there were few women. Now I'm thinking maybe 30%. So I started this radio show to show private investigators as they really are. And it features various cases that they might be involved in, high-profile cases, It features experts that they might be interested in. So it's not just for private investigators, it's for the general public. And we have listeners all over the world. I hear from people from all parts of the world that are interested in these programs. So some of them have even been put into archives for training in various institutions. So I really feel like there's a service being offered that isn't out there being done by others. My personal inspiration is my husband. After I worked with him for 9 years as my boyfriend, I left his agency, started my own 9 years later, and 4 years after that, I asked him to marry me. And we're still together. It's been 18 years. My husband was a great mentor. He was very knowledgeable. He was very ethical. He was, I would say, a non-judgmental person, and I found that I'm still learning with him. He still can't read something I wrote without a red pen and highlighting the problems. The advice I would have for somebody starting out would be to be tenacious. Don't be sidelined by people that want you to do things that maybe you don't feel good about. Refuse those things, put one step in front of the other, and just keep moving forward because it'll come together eventually.